Hello everybody, and welcome to another War of the Spark draft here on the channel. If you're watching this on YouTube, welcome. Before I dive into the picks, I do want to remind you that if you enjoy this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up. If this video gets to 50 thumbs up, I will do a written, in-depth analysis guide talking about what I could have done differently in retrospect after I learn more about the format and things like that. So if you want to see that, if you want to support the channel and the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. If you want to have access to that write-up analysis, be sure to hit that subscribe button, because I'm going to be posting that analysis into the community tab of my channel, and all subscribers have access to that. It's free, but it's just a convenient place to post it for all of my subscribers. And finally, if you do have any questions or comments about the draft or the gameplay, be sure to leave them in the comment section down below, and I will gladly respond with my thoughts or answers. I really do enjoy your feedback and hearing your questions, because I love answering those. But let's dive into the draft here. Yeah. Okie doke. So our rare is Tamiyo, Collector of Tales. This one is interesting. There's a couple of things that make you sacrifice, so that's actually a kind of relevant passive. There's the Liliana's Triumph and the Gideon's Triumph. Those both make you sacrifice. And then its plus ability kind of draws you a card if you can get a bunch of copies of a certain card, and then its -3 just straight up draws you a card, because you can oftentimes get a good card into your graveyard. Tamiyo is very powerful. All of the planeswalkers that have a plus ability in this set are very good, because the games tend to stall out, so you can just get a ton of value from them. So I think Tamiyo is incredible and definitely a card worth first picking out of most packs. The uncommons in this pack, Vizier of Scorpion of the Scorpion is quite good. Giving your army tokens Death Touch means that you can just trade off the smaller versions of them, and then all of your mass cards essentially make Death Touchers, which is incredible. 1 second. Which is incredible, but I don't think it's as good as Tamiyo. And then Nissa's Triumph is like a 2-mana draw 2, which is good, but it only draws land, so it's a little bit less good. That being said, it's still a good card. Ugin's Conjurant has performed pretty admirably for me, just a big creature that can attack through stalls sometimes. Trusted Pegasus is good for breaking through board stalls. New Horizons is good for splashing, so we might want to pick up cards like this later on so we can maybe splash the Tamiyo, but we're just going to start off with the Tamiyo here, the Collector of Tales. Mobilized District is a relatively powerful land. Lands that have extra abilities are generally pretty good in limited. That being said, it is a colorless land, and this Tamiyo, because it's a gold card, we might be having to splash it, and we don't necessarily want to commit to a colorless land this early in the draft. Otherwise than that, Davriel is quite strong. Definitely a card that I have had a lot of success with and been very happy playing. Cyclops Electromancer, not Goblin Electromancer. You'd have to do a little bit of work to build around it, but it definitely can get there. And in blue-red spells deck specifically, it is a house. That being, I don't really want to take it this early, though, especially when it doesn't go with my Tamiyo. I would be much more likely to take the Davriel and then maybe go into a black-green deck that splashes the Tamiyo. Rebel Belt Riders is not really a card that works in, you kind of want to be playing this as an aggressive card. It's not a great blocker, because it only gets the power buff when it's attacking, and other than that, it's an 0-4 blocker. So this is really at its best when you can combine it with other big creatures. Callous Dismissal is a very good common. You can often bounce army tokens. You can bounce your own planeswalkers to reset them. And then Tamiyo's Epiphany is a pretty good card draw spell, but it is quite slow. So in this pack, my two main options, I think, are, and then Spellgorge of Weird is good, but it doesn't really, it's more of a card that you want to take after you're already in blue-red spells. And if I was going to take a blue-red spells card, I would take the Cyclops Electromancer, I think. So the main contenders here are Tamiyo's Epiphany, Callous Dismissal, and I think Davriel. I think those are the three main contenders. I think Davriel is the best of those three options, but he does kind of want you to have a proactive deck that can defend him. That doesn't necessarily go with the Tamiyo. Tamiyo is a very good planeswalker. That kind of makes me want to go into blue. I think I can get slow card draw later. I already have a 4-drop that gains me value, so I think Callous Dismissal is definitely a defensible pick in this situation. So yeah, I don't think I want to commit to a Goblin Electromancer deck quite yet. Yeah, it's between Callous Dismissal and Davriel right here. I think we're just gonna go with it's close, because Callous Dismissal keeps me more into my blue for the Tamiyo. Davriel's a whole nother color. I think I'm just gonna take the Callous Dismissal. I think staying with the Tamiyo is gonna be good here. Okay, now there's a Narset. Narset can be good if you get enough non-creature spells. The passive ability is not super relevant, but it can come up. And Narset's just a generally kind of like decent card selection, draw to if you can protect it and have enough non-creatures. Ugin's Conjurant is definitely a good one. Trusted Pegasus is pretty nice as well. Just the evasion is super good. That being said, let's just stick to our blue right now. Take another Narset. Stay pretty heavy one color, and maybe take a note of the fact that white might be a little bit more open here. Okie doke, so the blue cards in this pack, No Escape is fine, as is Erratic Visionary. I'd rather have the Erratic Visionary to help protect my Planeswalkers. There's also a Guild Globe, which can help me splash a Tamiyo if I end up just a blue something, blue X deck, a blue deck that's not. Yes, we got Tamiyo, it's pretty hype. We first picked that one. The Collector of Tales, welcome Connor. So it's between the Guild Globe to help splash Tamiyo potentially, or the Erratic Visionary. Yeah, Tamiyo is sweet. Definitely a sweet one. I think we're going to take the Erratic Visionary. Right now we're pretty solidly blue-green, or not solidly blue-green, but we don't really need to, we don't have a reason to take a card that helps us splash quite yet. And then the rest of this pack is relatively weak. Herald of the Dreadhorde is like alright. No Escape is alright. Cruel Celebrant is like meh. Not a card you want to be playing in limited. It's more of a constructed card. We'll just take the Erratic Visionary. Oh, this pack is filled with goodies. Tithebreaker Giant has actually impressed me a decent amount. It's just you have time to play 6-drops in this format, and this is a pretty big body, and it replaces itself, which is quite nice. Contentious Plan could be good in this deck. It works with Narset and Tamiyo, just getting those, and the Callous Dismissal, so could be a nice card. Maybe not sure if I want to prioritize it here, because I already have a couple cards that don't really protect my board all that well. I don't really want a Wall of Runes, because it just doesn't attack or trade in combat, so it's only really a card you can play if you have ways to sacrifice it later on, I think. Thunderdrake is a card that I have liked a decent amount, and Teferi's Time Twist has done good work as well, but I think I'd rather have more creatures before I take the Teferi's Time Twist. Contentious Plan could have some potential. Zellafish, you're so negative. Hurts my soul. God Pharaoh Statues is just not playable and limited. It's more maybe of a constructed card. Geez, Zellafish, real negative there. I think we're going to take Thunderdrake or Contentious Plan. I'm just leaning towards the Thunderdrake so I have more creatures to protect my Planeswalkers. I really like prioritizing creatures in this set, especially evasive ones. Okie doke. Now, there's a Vivian's Grizzly here. I do like Vivian's Grizzly. Teo's Shield Mage is interesting. It's a very defensive card. Yeah, I think it's pretty good as well. I think the Charmed Stray deck might get there. Eventually. I might have to try that deck at some point, but I'm not trying it this draft. Honor the God-Pharaoh is pretty nice as well. Teo Shield Mage is not really what I like. The problem with Teo is the O3s are just not great creatures. There's the creatures that are being blanked by Teo are already bad in limited and in this format especially, and so you generally don't want to be playing Teo in a lot of your decks, I don't think. Vivian's Grizzly I think is just the best card in this pack. It's also the green that goes with Tamiyo, and you can like use its activated ability in the late game. So I just think that Vivian's Grizzly is the pick here over like an Honor the God Pharaoh. It does move me back towards this blue-green, which would be nice. Ooh, New Horizons and Firemind's Vessel and Jiang Yangu Wildcrafter. So the benefit of taking Firemind's Vessel is that I could move away from green, but green is looking pretty open, especially with this late Jiang Yangu. Though Jiang Yangu does need you to have a lot of creatures, and my deck right now only has 3 creatures. I guess 4 creatures. So I guess I do have a decent number of creatures for the Jiang Yangu. New Horizons is also an option. It could help me splash other colors, but Jiang also helps me splash kind of in some situations, and I think is just generally a better card. And then I can start really going heavy on Proliferate things if I pick up Jiang. Jiang works really well with that Proliferate card we just passed earlier. So let's take Jiang. Ooh, Augur of Bolas. It has to be instant or sorcery, so it doesn't work with my Planeswalkers, and I only have 1 instant or sorcery, so not a great card right now. We could just take the Guild Globe, helps us splash, or the Kasmina's Transmutation. It can get rid of a flyer, which is really a key aspect of a lot of these defensive decks. So I'm leaning towards either the Kasmina's Transmutation or the Guild Globe. I think either pick is kind of defensible because these green decks tend to be able to splash decently well. That being said, I think I'm just going to take the safe pick. Blue is a color that I'm guaranteed to play at this point, so I'm just going to take the Kasmina's Transmutation. And now it's between Totally Lost or Nissa's Triumph. Nissa's Triumph is just a 2-mana, draw 2. Thins my deck a little bit. Not that you should really think about thinning in limited. If you draw a couple forests out of your deck, just generally pretty strong. New Horizons, though, can help you splash and ramp towards your Planeswalkers. My deck isn't super expensive, though. But this card definitely has some potential. I think I'm going to try out the Nissa's Triumph. I haven't gotten to play with it yet, and it seems like it could be good. And now Iron Bully has actually impressed me, but in more aggressive decks. Though I am going to be looking for Proliferate things, and this card is pretty good to proliferate onto. It's also just a creature I can play if I need it. I'm not a huge fan of the Ward Scale Crocodile because it's pretty expensive, and Crushed Descent is just too expensive as for what it does in limited. So let's just take the Iron Bully. And now a Prismite. helping me splash if I want to. Also a 2-drop that I can just play and have it be fine. Return to Nature is a good sideboard card. Okay, we'll take the Wall of Runes, though hopefully not have to play it. Wow, we could have gotten 3 Charmed Strays there. Well, this rare is very, very good. 4 mana, 4/5 flyer that's basically impossible to kill, and it can sometimes get you extra value is my kind of card. Definitely slamming God-Eternal Kefnet here. It's also a great card to name with Tamiyo, because you can eventually just draw it with your Tamiyo, and it's great. We have a couple instances. We have the Callous Dismissal and the Nissa's Triumph. Nissa's Triumph is actually pretty cool to copy, though it doesn't get a discount. But yeah, just slamming the Kefnet here. Arlen's also quite nice, but God-Eternal Kefnet is incredible. Paradise Druid, more mana ramp is great. It's a good 2-drop. It can get you to your Tamiyo a turn early. A God-Eternal Kefnet on turn 3 is also pretty disgusting. Leyline Prowler is the reason. Yeah, I have been getting a lot of on-color bombs lately, Slayer Casey. It's pretty sick. Yeah, always pretty fun. Though, to be fair, I drafted this one first, so this one doesn't really count. But God-Eternal Kefnet, yeah, is a nice open. Paradise Druid is definitely better than every common, I think. Even though I would like to get a contentious plan for this deck because it works with the Thunder Drake, the Tamiyo, the Jiang Yangu really well, Narset a little bit, and the Callous Dismissal. Paradise Druid is just so good. And Callous Dismissal is another card that I wouldn't mind having a copy of. Leyline Prowler is the reason that black-green is such a good base color combination for decks that want to splash a ton, because you'll have Leyline Prowlers and whatever the enchantment is, New Horizons, and then you can just splash pretty much anything. But Paradise Druid is great. Okay, this pack. I'm not really looking to splash right now, so I think I'm leaning towards another Callous Dismissal. Just help keep the board clear. It's also nice to have multiples of a card when you have Tamiyo in your deck, because you can have better odds of hitting with your Tamiyo. Right now I have all 1-ofs, which is a little bit less fortunate. NicolaiBolas still doesn't have a good hit ratio. I only have 1/2 instants and sorceries that I can hit. And Callous Dismissal is just a pretty good card. It also works nicely with the Kefnet. I wouldn't mind an Ashiok Skulker just so I can pressure Planeswalkers a little bit better. But I'm not really a Giant Growth deck either, because I just don't have a ton of creatures right now. But Callous Dismissal is a nice pickup. And Jace's Triumph works really well with Kefnet, just actually incredible with Kefnet. And more card draw is just pretty nice when you're in a slower format like this one. More instants and sorceries means that if I do see a NicolaiBolas later, I can maybe pick it up. I'm not really looking for a Casmina's Transmutation right now. This is the 4th Charmed Stray, so I've got to try out that deck at some point, but we'll save that for another day. We're just going to take the Jace's Triumph here. Definitely a pretty solid uncommon. Divination is just pretty good in this set. Okay, so here the choice is between Lazotep Plating and Tamiyo's Epiphany. I think it's a pretty clear Tamiyo's Epiphany, though, because Lazotep Plating, while it does protect your creatures and stuff from removal spells, Tamiyo's Epiphany finds you all of your bombs. And when you have a card as strong as God-Eternal Kefnet, and in some ways Tamiyo's Epiphany gets so much better. So we're definitely just slamming the Tamiyo's Epiphany here. I do need to get some more creatures, like I might have to play random 2/1s like Kron Strangler, but at this point I'm feeling pretty good about where I'm at. This is actually a close pick between the Kiyora's Dambreaker and the No Escape. I think Dambreaker is actually correct because I have so many different things to proliferate onto, and I have some ways to get to a high amount of lands. I have some card draw to find lands, and overall this is just a very big creature. It can protect my stuff and maybe get a couple of proliferate triggers along the way. No Escape is not a card that I love playing when I don't have any other real instance. It's at its best when you have a bunch of instants, and I don't have any other instants. So I just want to be tapping out, getting my creature on the board, and I think Kiyora's Dambreaker is actually going to be a nice finisher in this deck. Man, not really in for that Arboreal Grazer life. Sky Theater Strix could potentially be playable out of the sideboard, but I guess you could say that about an Arboreal Grazer too. I think I'd rather have the Sky Theater Strix. I have a decent number of non-creature spells, and it could hit for 2 a couple times maybe, so I guess we'll take that. And Contentious Plan came back. That's actually definitely going to make my main deck. It's a very good card in this deck. I have a lot of things to proliferate onto, and I have, it's just nice to cycle through my deck to find my better cards. It works well with God-Eternal Kefnet. Really not a fan of Courage and Crisis or the Snare Spinner. And now I know Escape came back. I definitely will potentially side that in or even main deck it, but my deck is looking very good right now. A second Contentious Plan. I already have 1 No Escape. I'll probably play 2 Contentious Plans, potentially. Ashiok Skulker I actually like having a copy of. I don't have any 5-drops right now, and this one can start chipping in and killing Planeswalkers, so I do like that aspect of it. Not really in for Interplanar Beacon in my 2-color deck. Wow, we could have had all of the cats. Does anyone else a little bit sad that we could have had all the cats and we don't? We already have 1 Wall of Runes in our sideboard. Let's just take a Kron Strangler for some diversity in the sideboard. And we got the God-Eternal statue. Too good. Well, Solar Flare is neither of our colors, so while it is pretty powerful, we're not going to be taking it here. Spellkeeper Weird is interesting. We have a couple of instances that are relatively good, but it's not like insane or anything in our deck. So I think we might just want to take Nissa's Triumph. Another one means that we can just get all of our lands out of our deck. I don't know. It's like not the greatest pickup. I'm not a huge fan of Relentless Advance though, and Spellkeeper Weird. Maybe Spellkeeper Weird is just the pick. It's a very defensive card. It blocks well, and it can buy back a decent number of my cards in late game. I've convinced myself I don't need more than one Nissa's Triumph. And Kasmina is one of the best uncommons in the set. It's in my colors. It's another card that works really well with Proliferate, so I'm definitely down for some Kasmina action. Keep in mind, I don't really have any removal, so splashing a card like Wanderer's Strike would not be out of the question, but I think my deck's going to be fine. Though in that pack, I would take a Prison Realm. Evolution Sage, I mean, is going to be unbelievable in this deck. We have so many Planeswalkers, and it's going to be sick. We also have like Nissa's Triumph to get more lands, so yeah, Evolution Sage, easy pickup here. I wouldn't mind a Teferi's Time Twist, maybe another Spellkeeper Weird. Teferi's Time Twist isn't that great in this deck, but Centaur Nurturer for some life gain, but Evolution Sage is going to be great in this deck. It's just so good. And another Paradise Druid. Things are going really well for this deck. Really liking it. We don't have any removal, but we're going to be able to ramp into our Planeswalkers, and I think our game plan is just going to be so powerful that it's going to be hard for the opponent to compete. Another Kiora's Dambreaker is actually sounding pretty good to me right now. So let's see how many non-creatures we have for Saheeli. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I still don't think Saheeli is going to be where I want to be in this deck. It's just, it comes into play and then it just gets hit maybe. And I'm going to be cutting some of these cards because I'm definitely cutting Prismite. Let's see, what's my sideboard looking like? We probably aren't going to main deck the No Escape. I think we're just going to take another Dambreaker for more win conditions. Storm of the Citadel. Yeah, we don't have enough creatures for this. How many creatures do we have? We have, this kind of counts as a creature, so we'll count those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We have a decent number of creatures, but we're still not really a Storm of the Citadel type deck. I guess we'll take another Ashiok Skulker for games that might get really stalled out. The Nissa's Triumph came. Oh, this is a different Nissa's Triumph. Interesting. Very interesting. Huh. I don't really want another expensive card. I already have the Kiora's Dambreakers in that role. I don't really want a Ward Scale Crocodile. Not really in for Stealth Mission. We'll just take another Nissa's Triumph. Dovin's interesting. I could totally see Dovin being good in this deck. I have a couple copies of Contentious Plan. I'm going to be pretty good at stalling the game out, and Dovin could really help with that. Totally Lost, not really where I want to be, though it is good with Kefnet, and it's kind of removal, and I don't have any removal. So I might just need to take that so I have some interaction in this deck. Though I guess Dovin's also interaction. Let's just take the Dovin. A third Nissa's Triumph. Huh. I feel like I'm just going to run out of basic forests to get, and my Nissa's Triumph is going to be useless. But I feel like if I get to that point, I'm in good shape anyway. So maybe I'm just supposed to take the Nissa's Triumph. It's like a 2-mana draw too. Like, even though I'm drawing lands, that's still pretty good. Primordial, where I'm not really where I'm at, and neither is Iron Bully. Though, I do have Evolution Sage, 2 Contentious Plans, so maybe Iron Bully is where I should be at. Yeah, let's just take the Iron Bully. I'm actually feeling it. I'm feeling it. And now another Contentious Plan. We might just go super deep on that. It's a really nice, kind of neat card to name with Tamiyo as well. We'll take the Time Twister. Another Return to Nature. Unlikely Aid. And, okay, let's see how this deck ends up looking. Of course, we have to change the Soul Ring background. This deck is definitely interesting. Let's see. We have some very, very strong cards in this deck, along with some clunkers. Let's cut one Contentious Plan for sure. Having 3 copies of that seems a little bit loose. Um. How many non-creatures do we have? Let's count it up like this. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 non-creatures. Narset's probably going to hit whenever we cast it, which is pretty good. I'm kind of... How many creatures do we have? We have 13 creatures, but a bunch of cards that kind of count as creatures. Let's cut a Dam Breaker and a... Kind of like the Dam Breaker. Let's cut the Skulker. Because we're going to be able to use our mana like every turn, I think. We're not going to have mana just lying around because we have a ton of ways to find cards and have card draw. Not really feeling the Spellkeeper weird. I feel like it's going to fall into the same camp as the Skulker. We're just not going to want to activate it. Erratic Visionary is still going to be good, I think, though. Maybe Iron Bully number 2 is a bit cute. Maybe Iron Bully number 1's a bit cute. But we have a decent number of Proliferators. Let's just cut the 2 Iron Bullies and see how this ends up working out. Now let's just double check. Our highest number of card copies is 2 with Callous Dismissal, Contentious Plan, Nissa's Triumph, and Dawnbreaker. So those are good cards to name with our Tamiyo. Let's just double check we're not missing anything. Nope, this deck seems pretty solid. I'm pretty happy with it. How many creatures did we end up with? 9, but keep in mind that these make creatures, and yeah, we have a lot of good stuff in this deck. Pretty happy with how it turned out. Let's take it through the gauntlet for some matches. Let's roll. Definitely going to be cool to try out the Nissa's Triumph. Maybe we want more forests because we have Nissa's Triumphs. Yeah, I think I should be running 9 forests and 8 islands. Not only because I can grab forests but not islands. We're going to play first here. But also because it's good to have double green on turn 2 for my deck. Okay, this is a great hand. Opponent is playing black. Interesting. Oh, this is going to be great. So we have our little mana dork here that's going to be hexproof. We could potentially get a lot of activations out of this Narset, I will say. Okay, we're going to start by playing a Grizzly to protect it, I think. Actually, we'll play a Thunder Drake. Because now, next turn, we could potentially double spell. We could play Narset, Contentious Plan, get a counter onto our Thunder Drake. Also, just getting your 4-drop out is generally pretty good. Opponent says, oops. Not sure what that's supposed to mean. Maybe they made an oops, or maybe they think I made an oops. I've been very impressed with the Thunder Drake, though. Ah, the Tybalt's Rager. Okay, land is good. Land is good. So let's play Evolution Sage. Land, Contentious Plan. Need to make sure my triggers don't auto-stack. Nope, they do not. I kind of want to get this Narset into play, but I'll get it into play after I get the Evolution Stage. Oh, man. Oh, man. This is tricky. So we kind of have to do it this way, I guess. Yeah, we'll submit 0 here. Yes, that is how I wanted that to go. Nice. Let's go with the old attack you for 4 play. I don't really want to be blocking. My one creature is going to get way bigger than his guy. Every land I draw just grows it, and I'm going to be able to cast 2 spells again next turn. So it's going to be 6 power next turn. It's just really hard for a black-red deck to kill it once it gets out of Obnixilus's Cruelty range. And if he's pumping his Tybalt's Rager, I'm pretty happy with that. He also just can't attack with Lazotep Reaver unless he kills the Evolution Sage. I'm fine if he attacks me with Tybalt's Rager. It's only 1 damage. And if he spends mana pumping it, it's very good for me. Let's go with the old no blocks option. That's always a classic option. Oh, yes. Well, that's impressive. Not. Oh, this is going to be brutal. So we can... How do I want to play this? I can go Narset minus, look for a Nissa's Triumph. In worst case, play another Paradise Druid to bump this up. I think that's better than playing the Kazmina. No, we do not want to tap like that, because we have double green cards in our deck. Minus. And if we hit a... Okay, Contentious Plan is good. Let's take that. Because if we hit a land, we even get more value. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So much value. Let's attack him for 7. I think we definitely want one more forest than island, so we'll have to change that. This is where I hope he doesn't have Spark Harvest. Yeah, the Proliferate was great, I must say. I think Narset's going to take one for the team here, potentially. Okay. This is why getting aggressive with your Thunder Drake is important here, because now my opponent's under serious pressure. Like, he wants to kill my Narset, but at the same time, he can't really attack with the Turret Ogre because he might just die. Or he could be under serious pressure at the very least. That was a good Evolution Sage. You know what they say, you don't need removal if you're too busy winning. Wow, giving up the reach creature, ambitious. Wow, he's very living on the edge here. Okay, so let's play our Kazmina. We will loot in case we find Contentious Plan. Never lucky. Play that. Play Paradise Druid. Attack. We'll let those trade. Make it so he can't really attack anything else. He goes to 1 here. Things are looking good. He has to keep this guy back to chump my Thunder Drake. He has to keep these guys back to block these 2. Which means this is going to be chumping. I have another loot next turn, and my guys are harder to target. If he does have a removal spell that can kill my 8/9 Thunder Drake. This is a good Thunder Drake, I must say. Good boy, Thunder Drake. So black-red. Black-red has not super impressed me as a color combination. Okay. He had to pay 4 mana for that. He's living on the edge here. We'll just keep Contentious Plan as a out to immediately win, though I guess it already is. We'll just let our guy die. That's the win. Boom, boom, boom. Nice. His deck seems a little bit more aggressive, so maybe I want to bring in something like a Spellkeeper Weird. That seemed like it blocked most of his creatures. Maybe an Iron Bully. Kiyora's Dambreaker seems like a house in this matchup. It just seems bigger than everything he's got going on. Definitely going to make that land change that I mentioned. Also, when you have a couple 2-drops that make you mana, you kind of want to have ways to use those more effectively. So let's... Dovin seems a little bit less good. He has more creatures. He can go wide around my stuff. We didn't see any big hitters. Let's just bring in a Spellkeeper Weird for a Dovin as a better defensive option. His deck seems like it has a lot of small creatures, and that's where you'd rather have a 1/4 because the 1/4 actually stops attacks sometimes. It can make good double blocks. It also has the ability to buy back some of my key instants and sorceries. And I think Extra Forest is definitely correct in this deck. So I can cast my turn 2 Nissa's Triumphs and all of that fun stuff. All of the benefits of the Nissa's Triumph. This deck is so sick. I love this deck. That Proliferating was sweet. That's the biggest Thunderdrake I've ever had. By far. By far. You know what is good to do while waiting for opponents? That's right. All of you poetry fans, get ready for more sweet poems. If you have any suggestions of good poetry in the chat, be sure to leave those. Also, in the YouTube comments, if you have any poems you'd like me to read. The last time I read poetry, it was very well received. So, I will look for more good poems when I'm waiting for my opponent to make moves. So, hello, King Art. Welcome. Let's see. Let's stick with some more classic Lewis Carroll poem action. Lewis Carroll poetry. This hand is sketchy. I'm not even sure if this is, like, keepable. It's both my colors. It has spells. It's probably going to get up to 6 mana. The question is, will I just be dead by then? He mulliganed. Him mulliganing means I'm going to keep this hand. It means he's less likely to have, like, a super sweet draw. Grazer into Whatley. Oh my gosh, that's sick. Let's look up... I'll look up more poems later. Ooh, that was actually a fantastic draw. Leading with Forest, of course, so that if we draw our Nissa's Triumph, we can just play that. Though we would preferably just play Paradise Druid, because otherwise we have to discard to hand size. Ah, Tybalt's Rager, how I've missed you. Now I will play Island in case I draw my Narset. Draft Grazer into Whatley. Let's go. What are good poems? I've read so many. Oh, let's go Robert Frost. He's good. 2 roads. The Road Not Taken. What a good poem. We'll be reading that poem for the next, so however much. Whenever we're in a little bit of lag time, so you have a good one to look forward to. Let's... Contentious plan here. Look for action. That is action. And now we will be happy to trade this, because we've got Tamiyo coming next turn. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both, and be one traveler long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as for that, the passing there had warned them really about the same. Great poem. Okay. He's got a Vraska. That's really bad for me. Means I'm not going to be playing my Tamiyo, I don't think. Yikes. Oh, man, that's actually really bad for me. Real bad. Real bad indeed. Ugh. Just have to pass without doing anything. I don't have a Nugan this time, Julio Martini. Unfortunately. And both that morning equally lay, in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. Jiang Yangu, eh? I'm so in trouble here. I guess I'll just Kiora minus to get back Paradise Druid just so I have a creature. But I'm losing this game. I did not draw any action. That was the downside of this hand. I guess these blank these, but I'm just getting hit by these assassins. These assassins are too good. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Great poem. One of my favorites. Oh, we're so dead. We're so dead. Yeah, this is looking bad. Wow, this is bad. We die. Yeah, we're dead. Okay, let's make some changes here. Wall of Runes. No, not against Death Touchers. So we want more 2-drops, I think. Let's play Crunch Wrangler. Just as a 2-mana 2/1. Over. My deck is in game 1 right now. It performed really well game 1. In that game, we just spun our wheels and did nothing. Let's bring that in for a contentious plan. This matchup is more about affecting the board early on, I think. Even though contentious plan is great. Oh man, you missed our poetry reading, Griffin. I read The Road Less Taken, Traveled, whatever it's called. And we'll keep this hand. I'm so glad I have the Crunch Wrangler here. This way I can't get wrecked by Dreadhorde Arcanist. I need another poem. Someone suggested the Raven. I'll look up the Raven. Let's see what the Raven is. I know it's like a depressing poem. Let's see. Okay, we're going to lead with Forest in case we draw our Nissas. Okay, we get that Crunch Wrangler action going. Crunch Wrangler might just be good in our deck. We have 2 Kiora's Dambreakers. Play that Dreadhorde Arcanist. You know you want to. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Play your Chandra's Outrage. You know you want to. Jaya's Greeting. Get wrecked. I have a Vivian's Grizzly. You would have rather killed that. I know you, opponent. Affecting the board is the name of the game. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping. Oh no, not another Chandra's Triumph. Okay, we're going to risk it here. We're going to name, what's it called? What's that bounce card called? Shoot, Callus. Boom! Oh, what a hit. Clearly I know what I'm doing here. Suddenly there came a tapping, as if someone gently rapping at my chamber door. 'Tis some visitor, I muttered, tapping at my chamber door. Only this, and nothing more. Okay, opponent. I finished the first verse. I'm ready for you. I'm waiting. Edgar Allan Poe, you're back in high school? Oh no. Sometimes it happens like that. Oh my gosh, my other Callus Dismissal. Okay. We don't want any of those cards yet. Let's plus first. Naming Nissa's Triumph. Oh, there's our Kefnet. Oh, there's the Kefnet. So we will Callous Dismissal his guy. And then we will Jace's Triumph. And then next turn we will minus. Ah, distinctly I remember it was, in the bleak December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow, vainly I had sought to borrow from my books surcease of sorrow. Oh, he played Vraska. Sorrow for the lost Lenore, for the reign and radiant maiden, whom the angels named Lenore, nameless here forevermore. Well, this seems like a relatively clear minus this. Play Kefnet and bounce his guy. And hit his Vraska down to 1 loyalty. Wow, this poem is really getting me. And the silken, sad, uncertain rustling of each purple curtain thrilled me, filled me with fantastic terrors never felt before, so that now, to still the beating of my heart, I stood repeating, "'Tis some visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door, some late visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door. This is it, and nothing more." Geez, this poem is intense, guys. So intense. Almost as intense as this game where we're just crushing our opponent. Yeah, this game's not intense at all. Wow. This does 4 damage. Jeez, nice. That was actually really good. Unfortunately, we're about to proliferate super hard here. We will decline to reveal that forest. Let us play our Kiora's Dambreaker and proliferate. Presently my soul grew stronger, hesitating then no longer. "Sir," said I, "or madam, truly your forgiveness I implore. But the fact is I was napping, and so gently you came rapping, and so faintly you came tapping at my chamber door, that I scarce was sure I heard you. Here I opened wide the door. Darkness there, and nothing more." Jeez, this poem. This is a dark poem. Sonnet 18. I'll put that on the list, Griffin Minor. As long as it's not like too inappropriate. Shakespeare is known for some of those I guess it's not inappropriate poems. Yeah, I'll read Sonnet 18 next. Yeah. Okay, what does he got? Aid the Fallen. Oh, no, Vraska and this guy. I still don't think you can do it, opponent. Don't mean to burst your bubble. Nope, we do not need to reveal that. Let us contentious plan. Kazmina. Ordering there was a little bit lackluster. Okay, we're just going to use this Kazmina's Transmutation on the Death Toucher here. Kill off his Vraska. Attack his face for 9. Deep into that darkness peering, long I stood there wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortal ever dared to dream before. But the silence was unbroken, and the stillness gave no token, and the only word there spoken was the whispered word, "Lenore." This I whispered, and an echo murmured back the word, "Lenore." Merely this, and nothing more. Jeez, this is a long poem. Oh, there's the Dreadhorde Butcher. Nice to see you, bud. Nice to see you indeed. We do not want to reveal an island from this Kefnet. Good game, buddy. Why? Why do we only draw lands here? It's all good.
Back into the chamber turning, all my soul within me burning, soon again I heard a tapping somewhere louder than before. Surely, said I, surely that is something on my window lattice. Let me see then, what thereat is, and this mystery explore. And opponent scoops it up. Let my heart be still a moment, and this mystery explore. 'Tis the wind, and nothing more. Well, that's a round 1 victory for you folks. Geez, this guy is really creeping out over this poem. We're going to change the one change we did today where we cut an island for a forest and then run it. Whew, our deck is great. No regrets. Whew, this guy's tripping out here. Open here I flung the shutter, when with many a flirt and a flutter, in there stepped a stately raven of the saintly days of yore. Auto Doll is our new opponent. Let's go. I was born ready for this matchup. We're playing first, and we're going to keep this hand. It's kind of sketchy, but if we hit a forest, we end up with a very good curve out, and we have some options. Jiang Yangu plus Contentious Plan is just a great combo. We don't really want to use this Contentious Plan if we don't have to. Opponent's on a mold of 5. Oh yes, this is going to be disgusting. Oh, this is going to be so good. Oh, watch and learn, folks. Watch and learn the power of Jiang Yangu. Do we attack and expose this to a Dreadhorde Invasion? No. I mean, not Dreadhorde Invasion, the Tyrant Scorn. I think we're going to have such a good turn here that we don't need to. Boom! He concedes. Next turn we were going to go Erratic Visionary into Jiang Wengu on it, into Contentious Plan, and it was going to be great. Against blue-black, I think we want to be more controlling. We don't need as many anti-aggro elements. So, yeah, this build's probably fine. We don't need to side into anything. We could probably play a no escape, but I like this build. Not the least obeisance made he, not a minute stopped or stayed he, but with mien of lord or lady perched above my chamber door, perched upon a bust of Pallas just above my chamber door, perched and sat, and nothing more. Oh my gosh, another incredible hand. Paradise Druid into turn 3 Kefnet or turn 3 Tamiyo. All we need is that forest. We have 9 of them. We'll have to just fire off the Contentious Plan, looking for forest, probably. Not the greatest use of it, but, you know, it's better than not hitting the forest we need to cast our stuff. Ugin's Conjurant. That's a little bit scary. Let's just play the Paradise Druid, get our mana developed. Next turn we'll play the God-Eternal Kefnet, and we'll win the game with that. Jeez. We are not blocking. I'm just going to read the poem when my opponent takes a long time to tank or something. Wow, that's actually really annoying. Okie doke. Let us... God-Eternal Kefnet. No attacks. We can block the Conjurant, and Kefnet can eat removal spells and come back. No blocks. We want our mana. It's only 1 damage. We'll kill this next turn. We can always just bounce it with Callous Dismissal. Okay, this is perfect. So we will not reveal. Then this turn, my main plan here is to get Callous Dismissal into play and Evolution Sage and Proliferate onto the thing, and then kill this Vraska maybe. So we want to go this first. Callous Dismissal this thing. Then Evolution Sage. Then play land. Oh, you know it, that Proliferation engine. Then finish off this Vraska so he can't use it for devious ends. He could use Aid the Fallen on it, which is a little bit annoying. Okay, that's irritating. Rats. Our plan is still in effect, though. Now that we have this Evolution Sage in play, things are looking great. He just gets 1 extra token out of this. Wow, that's brutal. Not cool, bro. Broheem. No blocks. We'll take 4. Let this grow a little bit. Even Eternal. Not going to reveal that one. Let's go Tamiyo into Kazmina. Kazmina's transmutation on the Aven Eternal, and then kill his Raska. And then double block the things. What do we want to get back with Tamiyo? We could just immediately get back something. We could bounce this token. I like that plan. Yeah, that's real good. So we're going to minus to get back this Callous Dismissal. Bounce this token. Play land. No attacks. Oh, this is going well. Like, sure, he can kill the Tamiyo, but he has to put a lot of effort into it, I think. That's an easy block. And now every land I draw, I can just get back my Callous Dismissal again. Decline. Sure. So we're going to Kazmina's Transmutation this thing probably, so we can finish off. No, we don't care about finishing off that one. Let's just start by drawing 2, see what we find. Dam Breaker's interesting. Okay. So we're definitely going to be using all of our mana this turn. Let's play our Forest, Proliferate onto our Tamiyo. Minus. Get back Callous Dismissal again. Then we'll pay 4 mana to bounce his Death Touch guy. And then we can attack, maybe. Probably not worth attacking. We're going to be playing the Dam Breaker next turn. It's going to be super good. Super good. But the real question we're asking ourselves is, what's up with this guy and his Raven? But with me perched upon a bust of Pallas just above my chamber door, perched and sat, and nothing more. Okay, that's the end of that verse. So let's just watch our opponent for a second. He's in the tank. Then this ebony bird beguiling my sad fancy into smiling, by the grave and stern decorum of the countenance it wore. Though thy crest be shorn and shaven, thou, I said, art sure no craven. What did he use? Aw, Bleeding Edge, that's unfortunate. Real bad for me. But if he wants to kill Tamiyo, he still has to do a lot of attacks. Ghastly, grim, and ancient raven, wandering from the nightly shore, tell me what thy lordly name is on the night's Plutonian shore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Are they all going at me or at Tamiyo? Yes, the more you wait, the better things get for me. Could I just hit a spell for my Kefnet? That would be nice. Ugh. Okay. So we get to eat his Ugin's Conjurant. I think that's going to be better than eating his Flyer, because the Flyer is a real good target for the Kazmina's Transmutation. decline. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to definitely play the Dawnbreaker this turn. The Dambreaker. Let's attack his Kazmina. Let's just finish these off. Okay. I'm liking where we're at here. We've got a Kefnet. We've got all sorts of good stuff. Oh, that's real bad for us. That is really bad. Oh, no. Jeez. He put 1 on top and 3 to the bottom. Oh, no. Thunderdrake! Let's just get that sweet Thunderdrake value while we can. Finish off this Vraska. And now we have a looter in play. Probably should have kept one of my lands from a while ago, but it happens. Thunderdrake of his own. Oh dear. Wow. That Narset's a pain in the... Jeez. Oh no, no, no. Oh, there's my own Narset. Decline. So I can't draw more than 1 card. Let's finish off this one, and that'll solve my problem. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Hit me up with that Tamiyo's Epiphany. Oh, yes. Wow, that would have been quite poor. I don't want any of these. Nice. Now we loot. Get rid of that. Oh, yes. This is good. This is the life. He's going to get back something with his... Toll of the Invasion. Not the best here, but still effective. Getting rid of that Dovin. I have 16 cards in my library. Don't need to worry about decking right now. His Aid the Fallen's probably going to get back Vraska and Ugin's Conjurant. I'm just going to be hitting it for 8 in the air with my flyers. Okay. Much I marveled this ungainly fowl to hear discourse so plainly, though its answer little meaning, little relevancy bore. For we cannot help agreeing that no living human being ever yet was blessed with seeing bird above his chamber door, bird or beast upon the sculptured bust above his chamber door, with such name as Nevermore. Okay, so yeah, he did what I expected. Okay, doke. Okay, we'll reveal it. We shall cast it. Thin our deck a little bit. Draw 2 cards, essentially. We'll Kazmina. Ooh, that's a good one. That is a real good one. We'll take Jiang. So we will play our land here. Play the Callous Dismissal onto his Thunderdrake. Play the Jiang.
Boom! And our opponent concedes. Oh, yes. All of our cards are working so well together. Whew. Our deck is great. Unbeatable. Unbeatable. And this poem is a nice little sub-story. It's like a little subplot going on in the background of this video. Hard to keep track of the Raven and his devious plans, but we're just casually crushing our foe. Oh, maybe I wasn't looking at chat. Whoops. Sorry, folks. All your questions were going unanswered. Ah. Oh, the If poem is a good poem, too. What is the best draft strat for War of the Spark I have found? Late game cards, classic cola taste. Late game cards. There's so many good late game cards. We'll play first, and we'll keep this. And you want to have a plan for the late game. Even if you're in like a color combination that traditionally wouldn't, you would just want to try and get a plan, or have a plan for your opponent's bombs. That's another key. You're currently 2-0 in your draft on Arena with black-red. Not sure when you're going to finish those games, though. Yeah, the mirror match is crazy, yeah. Okay, and we will just pass. We don't want to use our contentious plan. We don't have a reason to. We are 2-0, Julio Martini. 2-0. Black-white martyr for the cause, eh? Well, Evolution Sage works really well with Jiang Yangu, I must say. It, like, works disgustingly well with Jiang Yangu, so just please don't kill my martyr. Oh, no! You killed my Jiang Yangu instead. If he doesn't take Jiang Yangu, he's in trouble. He's got to take Jiang Yangu. There's no way he doesn't take Jiang Yangu. As a matter of fact. I would guarantee he takes Jiang Yangu, pretty much. Yeah. That is unfortunate, Julio Martini. Okay, we will play Submit 0. We will play Kazmina. Minus. Get rid of some of these excess lands. And then next turn, our Proliferate engine just really gets going. Okay, that's really good that he did that before combat. Now I know that I can block. Even though he does get the Ugin's Conjurant value and the army token value, I think it's going to be worth it here. We're going to do a lot of proliferating. Okey-doke. Let's loot first. Always loot. Ugh. Am I planning, or am I already tried the competitive event? No, I don't usually do those metagame challenges. I don't usually do super well on them. Oh, hello. So we do want to land, but we also want Callous Dismissal for his army token, and to get our own army token flowing. So these all seem like fine draws, so let's just keep them all. No tax. Cruel Celebrant. Oh, that's not a great card. Let's just block like that. We'll let our Kazmina die. It did some decent work here. Okay, Vampire Opportunist. There's Tamiyo. Huh. Yeah, I kind of like the Tamiyo, play land, play Callous Dismissal on Ugin's Conjurant. Submit 1. Hello, Exhausted Bagel. Hello. We're just going to Callous Dismissal on this guy. And we're going to minus and get back Jiang Yangu, because he's just so good in this position. No attacks. Ugh. Unfortunately, we've already drawn one. Oh my gosh. That is not good. No, no, no. We might have to just get back Callous Dismissal here. Okay, so let's play Jiang Yangu. Thank you so much for the follow, Exhausted Bagel. I appreciate it. We're going to play Jiang Yangu. We're going to minus onto our Evolution Sage. Then we're going to Contentious Plan. No, then we're going to Thunder Drake with our going to plus. And we're going to name, what's our best option? Let's name Contentious Plan. No, not Contentious Plan. Let's name Callous Dismissal. We still have one left in our deck. I guess we could have drawn a Nissa's thing. That was probably a better name. Oops. Spark Reaper A. Hopefully he doesn't get too much value out of this. Next turn. Oh, okay. Toll of the Invasion. A little bit annoying, but either way I'm proliferating, so. Oh, he can't target me. Get wrecked, noob. I can't be... Actually, he can target me, but he can't make me discard. Well, I must say, this has been an enlightening turn from the opponent. That they are just going to die to this Thunder Drake now. So I guess that's something. Did he do all that just to die to a Thunder Drake? Oh no, he's going to kill my Jiang Yangu. If he kills Jiang Yangu instead of Kiora, then I don't win. But otherwise I can go Jiang Yangu, proliferate onto this. Okay, he has 3 mana up. We can use a Spark Reaper, I guess. Next turn is not going to be pretty for me, I don't think. Though we might just kill him. Aw, you have got to be kidding me. Oh, that's so brutal. Oh, come on now. Do I have any flyers in my graveyard? No, I don't. That was a very aggressive kill your flyer play right there. We are going to return Tamiyo's Epiphany. Do I have another Thunder Drake? I don't think I do. I don't think I can get through this board. You cannot play more than 1 land off the top with Citadel. Otherwise, you would literally never lose if you played Citadel. Jeez. I still have Ashiok Skulker in my deck. Maybe I don't even have it in my deck. I think it's in my sideboard. Rats. You can't really use the Bolas' Citadel at this point, but it's not going to matter. Ugh. That was an ouch. Best Bolas' Citadel ever. All his guys have Menace too, so he's got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14. So he needs 1 power. Actually, I'm just dead. I'm dead on board. Rats. Well, we all know what's coming in. So that's good. We didn't have the Ashok Skulker in the main. We only had the 1 flyer, and he killed it, so that was unfortunate as well. That Wanderer Strike being his last card on top was so dumb. So we're going to cut... No, we don't want to cut Narset. We just added more non-creatures. It's hard to get a feel for how that game would have played out. Let's go Casminas and... Dam Breaker. Whew. That was brutal. Must be said. I guess we had Kefnet. Oh, we should have named Kefnet. We're keeping this one. Bottoming that. Yeah, we should have just named Kefnet. Might be. Or that Tamiyo. I forgot we had Kefnet. How can I forget we have Kefnet? Definitely going to go with the Paradise Druid here. We are looking for lands. Looking for land. Oh my gosh. Cruel Celebrant. What a meme. Let's play the Grizzly. The old Grizzle. We'll bounce the token. We're just setting up for Jiang Yangu to be pretty good for us, because we can play Jiang Yangu, use this, and then use on our contentious plan maybe. We counter on a lot of things. Oh, a double Death Touch. I see how it is, opponent. Let's just play the Visionary. We can just trade off 1/1s or things like something like that. Dreadmalkin. That's a little bit problematic. Yikes. Hello, Kefnet. Have fun dealing with that opponent. Look at that sick animation. Kefnet to the rescue. No blocks. If he wants to do some sacrificing, we're fine with that. We have another Callous Dismissal. Oh dear. We no longer have a Callous Dismissal. His 5/5 Menace is going to kill us. Oh shoot. Oh dear. How do I always draw forests when I have Kefnet in play? Okay, so now we're going to play Jiang Yangu. Put a counter on our Kefnet. Blue. Contentious plan. Rats, we're going to lose to this guy. His stupid Dreadmalkin. Ugh. Unless he takes the time to attack our Jiang Yangu, in which case we might get him. We need our Tamiyo to get back our contentious plan. That's our only interaction in this deck.
Oh, I'm so bad. Wow. That was very bad. I'm sorry, folks, for the misplay. Oh my gosh. How is it that I literally can't draw a spell with this Kefnet in play? We're going to put a +1/+1 counter on this Grizzly. Six, 9, 10, 11. We're just dead. Oh my gosh, that was pitiful. Oh my gosh, just getting owned by Dreadmalkin and mana screwed. If we'd had another land that game, we would have won easily. Easily. We just needed to not have our Callous Dismissal get taken from us like that. Oh my gosh. Well, I guess we get to finish this poem now. But the... Oh my gosh, how long is this poem? Okay, not that long. Okay. Whew. Where am I in this poem? Huh. Oh, here it is. We're gonna keep this hand. It's solid enough. Jeez, I can't believe we lost that game. That was a catastrophe. Here we go. Paradise Druid hype. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, that's fine for us. I think I've drawn a land every single turn I've had Kefnet in play. No joke. We're going to play Dovin. No, let's just play our Thunder Drake here. Get more flyers onto the board. Favorite mythic animations? Oh, that's the one that like shows the entire world, like spinning around. Yeah, that one's cool. I remember seeing that one. I'm not good at describing it, but it's really good. And opponent concedes. That's what I'm talking about. Why is their rum? Why? Oh my gosh, their username is why is the rum gone? That's so good. Let's just run it back. But the raven sitting lonely on the placid bust spoke only that one word, as if his soul in that one word he did outpour. Nothing farther than he uttered, not a feather than he fluttered, till I scarcely more than muttered, other friends have flown before. On the morrow he will leave me, as my hopes have flown before. Then the bird said, nevermore. Kefnet again. Let's draw more lands with Kefnet, baby. Sorry if the poem annoys people. I think the poem's cool. I like reading poems in the downtime. It's a nice little fun thing to do. Startled at the stillness broken by reply so aptly spoken, doubtless, said I, what it utters is its only stock and store, caught from some unhappy master whom unmerciful disaster followed fast and followed faster till his songs one burden bore, till the dirges of his hope that melancholy burden bore of never, nevermore. Okay, so we still haven't found a land, but we're still just gonna run out this Evolution Sage. We might just trade it with the Raging Crunch. The Crunch can't attack, actually. Never mind. We're chilling. We're just going to hope to draw a land. Man. Well, we're going to have to get our Tamiyo to get him back. Let's get rid of the Dam Breaker. It's a bit too far away. No attacks. We have some pretty nice blocks. We can double block this, single block that. If he does want to attack our Kazmina. We're really looking for Jiang Yangu or Tamiyo. Well, that's unfortunate. That's not what I like to see. Why would it? Oh, I guess it has to tap me like that. Let's go. There's a Callous Dismissal. And now all I need is an island. Nope. I do have this Contentious Plan, which will proliferate onto both my guys. And this Dovin if I draw an island for it. Let's make it so this can't do damage. And then use Narset. Whiff. Use Contentious Plan. Proliferate onto our 3 walkers. And then use Kazmina again. Oh, that's Jiang Yangu. You know who that is. That is the Proliferate Master. Let's get rid of the Paradise Druid. We already have mana. No attacks. Okay, we take 2. Okay. Play Forest. Use Narset. Take Contentious Plan. Minus onto this guy. Then we will minus him onto this guy. Bounce that guy. And now he doesn't have great attacks, and our Proliferate is going to really kick off next turn when we have this Jiang Yangu in play. We're going to be putting it onto 5 things. This can still attack to enable the Raging Crunch. Oh, the Tibalt. That's not great for me, but, you know, such is life. And things are going to be good for me, relatively. Let's Contentious Plan first. You know, only proliferating onto 5 creatures, no big deal. So we can loot. We're going to use this on the 4/4 again. We're definitely going to start looting away these lands. Okay, you got your value from your Tibalt. We all see it. Good job, I guess. Well, that's scary. Not as scary as it is in the early game, but still scary. And that's kind of scary, too. Yikes. Okay. Tamiyo. There we go. Come back to me, Kefnet. I've missed you so long. been a long journey without you along. I'm actually going to minus onto this on-crop invader now, because that guy is scary on offense. I'm not sure if I want to play this Kefnet here. I think I'll just keep up my defenses. Whew. This game's going well, I'd say. Oh, yikes. More amass. We're going to have to find a bounce spell. We have one Callous Dismissal there. Okay, we have another one. Don't worry. We'll find it. Oh, I didn't use my abilities. Whoops. Well, we're going to have to go Callous Dismissal here. That was a mistake. I should have used my abilities. Of course we whiffed on it, but it's okay. We have Kefnet. We're going to put a counter on him for sure. We want our aerial clock as fast as possible. Okay, no attacks. Okay, so he's taking 6 a turn, so we can definitely kill him. As long as this Tamiyo is allowed to get back this Callous Dismissal. We don't want to draw any extra cards here, though, so maybe not activating my abilities was just correct. I still have my Thunder Drake, too. He does have reach to buy himself a turn. I'm going to have very good blocks here. Okay, I like these blocks. He just lost all of his creatures. So yeah, Tamiyo's down. We got that guy down, too. Sure, you can sacrifice it. I guess that's the right play, because then I don't amass. Yeah, another land with Kefnet. I wasn't even really paying attention to that. That's true. I think we can afford to loot once here. Wow, that's actually priceless. Let's attack. Oh, that was bad. He has a free ground blocker now. Whoopsie daisies. That was a mistake. Oh well, it happens. Exhausted bagel. Okay. I'm almost done with this poem. We will make it. Startled at the stillness broken by reply so aptly spoken, doubtless, said I, what it utters is its only stock and store, caught from some unhappy master, whom unmerciful disaster followed fast, and I followed faster, till his songs one burden bore, till the dirges of his hope that melancholy burden bore, of never, nevermore. Maybe I already read that verse. End turn. Oh, he just chomped. Perfect. But the raven still beguiling all my fancy into smiling, straight I wheeled a cushioned seat in front of bird and bust and door. Then upon the velvet sinking, I betook myself to linking fancy unto fancy, thinking what this ominous bird of yore, what this grim, ungainly, ghastly, gaunt, and ominous bird of yore meant in croaking, nevermore. Oh, he cast Honor the God Pharaoh and Spellgorger Weird. Okay. Kefnet's still fast enough to kill him. I have another Callous Dismissal somewhere in here. There it is. Oh, I can cast it twice. Nice. Let's kill both his tokens. Actually, not kill this one because he'll just sacrifice that token. Let's bounce the On-Crop Invader. This way we get multiple amasses. Just want to keep that thing as small as possible. Boom! The opponent concedes. That's the game. Whew. We're back on our winning ways. Let's finish this poem. This I sat engaged in guessing, but no syllable expressing to the fowl whose fiery eyes now burned into my bosom's core. This and more I sat divining, with my head at ease reclining on the cushion's velvet lining that the lamp light gloated o'er. But whose velvet lining with the lamp light gloating o'er, she shall press, nevermore. When is this poem over? Maybe I won't finish it here. Jeez. Ooh, we got a rare. Nice. Aw, Domri. Hype. Okay, we're up to 3 wins here. Then methought the air grew denser, perfumed from an unseen censer. Those are like the things that they have in magic sometimes. They have like scents in them. Swung by seraphim, whose footfalls tinkled on the tufted floor. Wretch, I cried, thy God hath lent thee. By these angels he hath sent thee. Respite, and nepenthe thee from thy memories of Lenore. Quaff, oh quaff this kind nepenthe, and forget this lost Lenore, quoth the raven, nevermore. Jeez, this is clutch. And we'll play first. And we'll keep. We have our best card. I mean, Kefnet is our best card, and we have a Evolution Sage. And I believe in our cards. We also have a decent number of green cards. We have a couple, what are they called? Mana Fixers, Nature's Druids, or whatever. Paradise Druids. And it's a slow matchup, so, I mean, now that we see this, we know it's a slow matchup. Oh, perfection. We're not going to spew off our contentious plan. We have a lot of value that we can get from those. Though we will play our Evolution Sage on turn 3. Just because we don't have anything to use it on, and it's good to use our mana. If he wants to counter that, I'm fine with that. Okay, that's great for me. He didn't get rid of my God-Eternal Kefnet. No tax. Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still, if bird or devil, whether tempter sent, or whether tempest tossed thee here ashore, desolate yet all undaunted. Ooh, interesting. Undaunted. On this desert land enchanted, on this home by horror haunted, tell me truly, I implore, is there balm in Gilead? Tell me, I implore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Oh, no. Rats. play this guy. He's got a Narset now. We'll definitely keep playing our lands out. No attacks. Oh. Well, that's fun. Yeah, good game, I guess. Jeez. Well, we're dead. I guess we have to draw the bounce spell for Wall of Ruins this turn. That is not it. We have to start our attacking sometime. That was bad. This is very bad. Oh dear. He's just going to kill both of our creatures. Yeah, we don't need to play that one out. Jeez. Yeah, well, we know what we're siding in. No Escape is coming in for sure. Let's bring that one in over a Dovin. He doesn't have a ton of creatures, probably. Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still, if bird or devil, by that heaven that bends above us, by that God we both adore, tell this soul with sorrow laden, if within the distant Aden it shall clasp a sainted maiden, whom the angels name Lenore, clasp a rare and radiant maiden, whom the angels name Lenore, quoth the raven, nevermore. Jeez, this is a insane poem. We're keeping. We have our No Escape. We have a Paradise Druid to ramp us. Opponents didn't mulligan. Maybe they mulliganed. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, they did not mulligan. We're going to get our Kefnet into play on turn 3. Boom, get wrecked. Oh, definitely gonna put that into play. Take action for sure. The magic powers that be have. We're gonna use Kazmina now, get closer to our Kefnet to draw him next turn. Get rid of Forest. Attack. Next turn we can play Nissa's Triumph and Kefnet. NicolaiBolas will want to hold up our No Escape for next turn, probably. And Graphic. Okay. That's fair. No attacks. We will let this thing get to a 4/4 and then we'll kill the Angrath with our Kefnet or something. And we'll just start holding up our No Escape for his. Oh, thank goodness. We'll start holding up No Escape for his NicolaiBolas. Maybe he revealed the NicolaiBolas off of his Nars and I just wasn't paying attention. We'll sacrifice a Paradise Druid. So we can double block this thing. Oh yes, getting all the forests. Okay, so now our Nissa's Triumph doesn't even do anything. It only gets one forest. Decline. We're not actually going to cast this into his no escape. That's silly. We're going to get our last forest, though. Whew. I'm just afraid of NicolaiBolas now. We need to finish this poem before the end of this video. This has been a grind. So much longer than I thought it would be. That's epic poetry for you, I guess. He's attacking my face. No blocks. Ah, clever, clever. Let's just finish off the Angrath, because it's just generally good practice if he might have Proliferate or something. Okay. This is intense. He is stuck on lands, though. Let's just not cast anything into his counter magic. Because we can just flood the board if he does try to play something. Is that lethal? Almost. So we'll keep it on top. It's good enough to keep. Oh, we're definitely revealing that. Oh, it's also really just a sick combo, just in general. Nice. Zhang Wengu. Minus onto Kefnet. Play Contentious Plan. Bounce your token. Swing for 8. Boom! We did get the victory that turn. Nice. Okay, let's see. So now we know he's got an Angrath. Yeah. I think we're just gonna run it back, hope for the best. Be that word our sign of parting, bird or fiend, I shrieked, upstarting. Get thee back into the tempest and the night's Plutonian shore. Leave no black plume as a token of that lie thy soul hath spoken. Leave my loneliness unbroken. Quit the bust above my door. Take my... Ooh, nice, we're keeping this one. Quit the bust above my door. Take thy beak from out of my heart, and take thy form from off my door. Quoth the raven, nevermore. One more verse to go, folks. One more verse. So exciting. We're almost there. Forest. And the raven, never flitting, still sitting on the pallid bust of Pallas just above my chamber door, and his eyes have all the seeming of a demon's that is dreaming, and the lamplight over him streaming throws his shadow on the floor, and my soul from out that shadow lies floating on the floor shall be lifted nevermore. Jeez. Intense. Well, we're screwed. Nice to know my opponent has Krenko too, and we are never casting our spells. Like, if he just has any removal spell, we can't deal with this Krenko, really. If we'd had a forest on turn 2, we would have won this game, but, you know, such is life. Let's go for it. Hope for the best. I have no hopes. Very low hopes. Yeah. GG, opponent. Oh, man. Yep. Good game. At least we finished our poem, but, you know, can't beat NicolaiBolas and Krenko when your mana screwed. I mean, color screwed. Oh, my God. Yeah, that's how you do it. You play Krenko, make me have to tap out, and then just drop your NicolaiBolas Godfair on me. That's fair. Jeez. Well, we finished the poem. That's all that matters. And we got all of our daily quests completed. Anyway, that is going to do it for this draft video. I sincerely hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought of it in the comment section down below. If you made it all the way to the end, say hashtag wrecked by Bolas in the comment section down below to let me know you made it all the way to the end of the video. I really do appreciate everyone that supports the channel and watches the videos all the way to the end. And yeah, that's going to do it. Remember to hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and let's just see what we got in our packs and stuff. Pack opening, hype. We got Krenko, fitting because Krenko just beat us. We get Dreadhorde Arcanist, that's a cool one. Definitely some combo potential there. We got, ooh, I like this one. Finale of Revelation, that's sweet art. It's a cool card. Could see play, maybe. And final rare, bum ba bum. Ooh, this is a cool one. Command the Dreadhorde. I like this one a lot. Anyway, that is going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you next time.